Welcome everybody to another edition of the Hurry Up. I'm your boy Don Juan Sports. Let's get to it. Got some things on my mind. First off, what happened with the Pittsburgh Steelers, man? Seven turnovers? Seven turnovers? Man, I felt like I was watching the Detroit Lions out there, who, by the way, won a game. By the way, I don't know if y'all saw that, but Detroit Lions won a game, beat Tampa Bay. Believe it or not, two of the worst franchises in the history of the NFL went up against each other. And they've had recent success between the two of them. But the Lions, 1-0 in like the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. Man, it's terrible. But let's talk about some real topics. All right. First off, if you're a Giant fan, yes, they lost. Happens. Things happen. Yeah, Rex Grossman beat you. Who cares? I mean, you should care because Rex Grossman's a bum. But that's beyond the point. Just know as a division rival. Plus, they knew some of your calls. When your ex teammate is calling out the play whilst your quarterback is running it, that's on the offensive coordinator. That's on the offensive coordinator. It has nothing to do with the man up front. He's making the calls. Another thing is, when your man misses a block, when they miss an assignment, that's their fault. You don't go to your job and go on your team, and your team doesn't do the work. The whole team gets blamed, but you know who didn't do the assignment. It's like doing homework at college. You know someone's not going to do the assignment, so someone either got to cover up for that person or they got to play the blame game. The blame game goes on Kareem McKenzie. That interception doesn't happen if he chop blocks his man correctly. Eli Manning, if you look at the tape, didn't have as bad a game as everybody makes it out to be, but it's Eli Manning. So what do we know? What do we know, right? Everybody hates on that guy. Haterade. Drink it, people. Drink it. Rex Grossman threw the ball up and down the yard, but you also got to think that those Redskins receivers, some of them made some fantastic catches. Fantastic catches. Catches that they shouldn't have been making. I don't even know their names. That's how bad the receivers are. The only guy I know is Santana Moss, Brandon Banks, and some guy named Armstrong. Terrible guys. You'll never see them on our NFL roster. It's the Redskins. But let's move into another game. It was 9/11. It was a sombering day throughout the NFL, especially with the New York teams. Um, but the NFL did a fantastic job of illuminating the 9/11 and bringing it home and really making it, really striking a chord with everybody in the stadiums and letting us know and doing a hell of a job. Hell of a job by the NFL. Just want to commend them on that. Now, let's talk about the game that everyone's talking about, the Cowboys and the Jets. Now, if you're a Jet fan, you got to look at yourself like this. You're happy you won that game, but there's a lot of stuff you got to fix. Correct. Correct, correct, correct. I don't mean like, little stuff. I'm talking about correct, correct. You know what I mean? Like, correct this stuff. You need some stuff that really, really is going to help your team out. Because the bottom line is, you gave up a lot of points. And that Cowboy team gave you the game. And it just goes to show in big games, Tony Romo. Apparently, some Cowboy fans don't really like him. But apparently, he's a top 10 quarterback. Aren't those guys supposed to win games for you? Top 10 guys? I don't know, people. I don't know. We may have to reevaluate the top 10, especially if you got Josh Freeman in the top 10, who, by the way, got injured. People, you need to understand what we're talking about here. We're talking about Tony Romo choking in one of the biggest games when the game is on the line. Game is on the line, he choked. Choked! You know what I mean? Choked. That is what I'm talking about. The game is on the line, he choked. Shouldn't have choked. Shouldn't have done it. But you know what? He's a big game quarterback and he plays for the Dallas Cowboys, so everyone's going to love him. But that's not what we want to talk about. The game was exciting from start to finish. You just had exciting plays all over the field. And Jets basically came through with the special teams. And that's basically what did it. That was the catalyst that brought them home. Sometimes you need a big play. In a Giant game, they needed a big play. They got it from their defense. Offense couldn't put it in. There's a myriad of things that we can go down the list about why certain teams didn't do well. The Ravens were my AFC pick to represent the Super Bowl. I think they're going to do it. The Chargers won. They lost a lot of key players, though. We'll see how they hand up. And the Raiders won. The Raiders did a good job against the Denver Broncos. But again, it wasn't Denver Broncos. It's a game you need to win if you want to stay afloat. But other than that, crazy, crazy opening week in the NFL season. Looking forward to week 2. You'll have my picks this coming Sunday. You'll have my picks. Look for it. I'll give you some fantasy starts and sit-ems. But this has been your Don Juan Sports. Let's do this every week. I'm gonna give you a recap on how I feel about the trending topics. And right now, one of the trending topics is those New York Jets. So you got my take on that, okay? You got my take on the local teams. And I also want to just touch on one thing before we go. Tom Brady's a man, child, man. He is a beast. 500 yards. 500 yards. And all those people who are doubting Chad Henne, yo, Miami, you got to do something about that. You got to come correct because that guy, he played his heart out for you guys last night. And that Miami defense is Swiss cheese. I know you're going up against Tom Brady. That was Swiss cheese. But hey, guys, it's week 2. No time to panic if your team is lost. Get back on the winning track this week. We will have a list of games for you next week going down the line. I'm your Don Juan Sports. Look out for me. I'm coming at you. I'm going to be on the TV screen near you. Holla at your boy.